My fellow geeks, we now have the release dates for OP06. Not only that, but we also have the entire leader list for the set. Let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome to Anything Geek. My name is Zero and today I'm gonna tell you everything I know about OP06 so far. Which is already a lot, actually. And first things first, let's talk about the starter deck 12, which features the hybrid leader Zoro and Sanji, which is gonna go out on the October 28th for the Japanese version of the game and is scheduled to release for the global version in March 2024. And the reason we start with this deck is actually because it has been designed to work well with the OP06 booster sets, and now that we have a more concrete date for Japan and for the global version, it is still important to note that this is gonna come along with OP06. Try to count how many times I'm gonna say 6 in this video. And speaking of OP06, the release date for the Japanese version is closer than you think. It caught me a bit by surprise because it's scheduled for November the 25th. And that's very close. Also, I don't think the global version of the game ever falled back with having 2 sets to catch up on the Japanese version, but this is gonna happen here for the release of OP06 in Japan because we don't have OP05 yet in English and we're only gonna have it in December. So OP06 and 5 will be released for the Japanese version and we're still at OP04. Along with the release date, of course, we have had a confirmation of the name for the set, which is going to be Wings of Captain. And like you can see right here, it's going to focus mainly on Fishman Island, Thriller Bark and Germa 66. And I'm personally very curious about the mention of new tactics, because I think it can be like new mechanics that they're gonna implement in the game to kind of mix it up a bit. Also remember that OP06 is gonna be the first booster set from the second block of the game. So of course they're gonna mix things up as they go along. And we also already know that this booster set is gonna include 126 cards. Now, as far as I can tell, this information is only for the global version of the game because we have double packs over here, but the Asian version don't have double packs. And so the double pack set volume 3 is gonna go out along with OP06. I've said this already many times in my video. If you already know, then you know how this works. They release a set, we have double packs to go along with it. Those double packs include 2 booster packs, 1 special don of 2 different types, and the packaging double as a card case. So that's all fine now. We know the set, we know how many cards, we know the release dates, and we know the double packs is coming along with that set. And we also have the entire list of leader in this set. Remember, there's gonna be 6 new leader in the set and we already know all 6 of them. We just had the 2 last leader revealed like yesterday at the time of filming this video. So let me run down through all the leaders that are gonna be in this set. And because I like things well arranged, in no particular order, I'm gonna go through order of color. And the first leader that we're gonna talk about is a leader that we already talked about in a previous video. It's gonna be Uta, full life, 5000 power of the film type, and her effect is when attacking, you can trash 1 film type cards from your hand and give up to one of your opponent minus 2000 during this turn. Then you can add up to 1 Dawn cards from your Dawn deck rested. So you got a bit of both side of the color here. You got aggressivity with red by nerfing your opponents and being able to aggress the board, and then you can add 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck rested, which is perfect to ramp. And the second leader of the set is gonna be a new one. It's Howdy Jones, 5 life, 5000 power of the Fishman and New Fishman Pirates, with an effect that is activate main, you may rest this leader and rest up to 1 of your opponent's character that costs 3 or less, or 1 of their Dawn. So you get to choose here. Then during this turn, you cannot add life to your hand through your own effect. So the way I interpret this is clearly that you're not gonna attack with Howdy Jones, you're gonna attack with your board, and the idea for that is that you can rest your opponent's defense to be able to attack into them and prevent attack on the next turn, or you can possibly tap them out of any dawn that they have left active to defend themselves. But then the last bit of the effect is kind of weird, because during this turn you cannot add life to your hands through your own effect, and that's reminiscent of Whitebeard, which used to take a life every single turn. And the signification of this part of the effect actually lies in all the Fishman cards that are going to be included in the set, and we already know of at least one of them, which is Icaros, but that's for another video. Because next is one of actually the new leader that we've had yesterday, and it's Perona, which has 4 life, 5000 power of the Thriller Bark type, and her effect is activate main once per turn. You can choose one of the following effects. You can either rest up to one of your opponent's character with a cost of 4 or less, or up to one of your opponent's character get -1 to their cost during their turn. This reminds me of the Utalita that we just saw, because actually you get both effects that really go well with the color that they are linked to, because you get a rest engine with the green parts of the leader, and you get a cost reduction effect with the black parts. Now, if this is gonna be any good, that's still up to see when the set release, but that can be said for all the leaders that we're going to talk about in this video. Which brings me to the next leader that we have in the list, and it's actually the first leader that we've ever saw for the OP06 set, and it's going to be Yamato. Yamato, who's going to be a green-yellow leader with 4 life, 5000 power of the Wano type, and her effect is actually very interesting because she has double attack. No matter what you do, she has double attacks. But to go with that, she also have an activate main. Once per turn, if your opponent has 3 life or less, you can attach up to 2 of your rested dawn to one of your character. So not only does she do double attack when she deals damage, she also can boost the board fairly significantly. And when you take into account the way that green uses rest mechanic to prevent your opponent to have board control and for you to be able to swing at your opponent, and the way that yellow has so much staying power with effect that triggers, and the way you can like regain life through yellow's effect, she does look very promising. And of course, I just recently made a video about this leader and all the cards that we know that are gonna go with it. It's gonna be Vinsmoke, Reiju, 4 life, 5000 power of the Vinsmoke family and the Yamato 06 type, and during your turn, once per turn, when one of your down cards on the field is returned to your down deck, you can draw a card. Fairly standard effect, but it might be worth it to look into it. Honestly, I obviously made a detailed video about the Yamato 06 mechanics, so don't hesitate to go check out that video. It's gonna be like somewhere. And the very last leader that we have for OP06 is gonna be Gecko Moria. 5 life, 5000 power of the 7 warlords of the sea and the Thriller-back pirates, and his effect is when attacking, you can discard 1 card from your hand and send 2 top cards from your deck into the trash, and then you can play up to 1 Thriller-back pirate character with a cost of 4 or less from the trash. So this is gonna be an instance where rather than draw, you maybe want to look into what's coming next in your deck, rearrange that and make sure that the card that you want to play using the effects is gonna get in the trash, and so you can play it for free. Regardless of that, his effects look really cool. And that is gonna be it for this video, guys. But for now, I want to know what you think about those leaders, so leave me a comment down below. Which leader do you think is the most interesting? To me, I lean more towards Moria and Yamato, but I know some of you really like Huta. And also bear in mind that all those leaders will have an alternate art when OP06 drop, and we don't know yet what those are. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and if you're still here, that means the video was at the very least entertaining to you, so please leave a like and also subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to never miss anything geek. Bye, guys.